Computer, I just had a subby ask me, the sixth subby, how do I get rid of cellulite? Why do I have cellulite? What is cellulite? Okay, so this video I am going to talk as much as I possibly can about cellulite because it seems to be the question that I get the most, okay, of all the questions in my whole channel. You know, I'm going to give you the damn truth, and it's whether you like it or not, right? I'm not going to foof around and whatnot. I remember I had a big, huge fight because you know that doctor, whatever the heck is his name, he had a video one time on cellulite, and I looked at that video and I realized what a retard he is, okay? So if the doctor is correct, you guys always have to ask yourself, you get all this information online about cellulite, okay? Everywhere. Like you get, it's in magazines, it is the most discussed topic, I think, in the whole world except for porn. I think next to porn, there's cellulite, okay? Porn makes the most money, cellulite makes the most complaints, okay? So you guys have had so much information. I'm going to tell you the truth today, and everybody out there is going to tell you that they're going to tell you the truth. But I'm going to make you think for yourself instead of just listening to me and thinking and oh, you have to follow me because I'm so smart, okay? Instead of doing that, I'm going to ask you questions to make you think about this logically, okay? Because that doctor, damn, what's his name? He was saying how it is toxins in your body, and you know, you have to drink lots of water, you know, and people bullshit, okay? Bullshit him, bullshit everybody else, okay? So here's the real truth. Cellulite is fat. That's all it is. There's no toxicity and toxins and whatever the hell you can come up with. It's not hormones. It's not caused by your left nostril that your grandfather gave you. Okay? It's not hereditary. A lesson in anatomy. Okay? Your body consists of, right down in the middle, bone. Okay? There's your skeleton. The crap that's covering your bones are your muscles. You can have lots of muscles, you can have little muscles, stringy, tiny muscles, okay? On top of the muscle, and I'm not going to go into the intestines, don't come and ask me where the intestines is, because intestines has nothing to do with cellulite, okay? And you cannot get rid of cellulite by eating a shitload full of fiber, okay? Fiber is not going to get rid of your cellulite, okay? So don't ask me about intestines, just get the pictures in your minds, okay? Here's your bone. Covering the bone is the muscle, okay? Over top of the muscle is fat. Over top of the fat is skin. We're just going to talk about the three things, the skeleton, the muscle over the skeleton, and then the fat over the muscle, and then the skin covering that, okay? Now, I've talked to you guys about skinny fat and stuff before. So, here's the thing. If any doctor out there tells you it's toxins and it's all kinds of this, that, and the other thing, okay? That same doctor is going to tell you to get fit, you need to run miles and miles and miles and miles, okay? So why is it that every runner out there has cellulite, okay? They're supposed to be so fit. The doctor tells you, you eat healthy, okay? Has anything to do with toxins. The friggin' dude, you know, marathon runners that's running 600 miles, okay? Why does that chick have cellulite? She's skinny and lean, and she's got little shoulders that you can see, little stringy muscles, blah, blah, and her ass is jiggling all over the place. Why? Why is that? Okay? Because, people, she is skinny fat. I need to get a picture so I can draw you a picture. So if you just got my papers, I'm going to draw you pictures. Okay? So, what I told you guys, I'm going to draw a stick man. I can't friggin' draw to save my life. Okay? So here's your stick man. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, there's your stick man. Okay, so this is your skeleton, all right there. So you get two types of things. So first of all these, whatever these other people are telling you, they can tell you cellulite is hereditary, okay? Why is it that the one and only sport, okay, on the face of the earth, okay, of people that do not have cellulite, male or female, is bodybuilders? Why? Have you guys ever asked that question? Okay? Have you ever thought about that? Why do runners and swimmers and all the athletes that do triathlons and all kinds of things like that, why do they have cellulite? Some of them are pretty lean, their upper bodies are pretty lean, blah, blah, blah. Why is it that the only species on the face of the earth that do not have cellulite are bodybuilders? Why? Think about that. Think. Okay. So, when you do a certain type of thing, if you want to look a certain way, okay, if you want to be toned, because people don't even know what toned is, okay. Toned is, for female, if you ask a female, what do you want to look like, okay, they'll go, oh, I want to be toned, but I don't want to be muscular, okay. We need to crush that little thing forever, okay, because that is the biggest bullshit on the face of the earth, again, okay. Because what is toning? Okay, you have 3 things in your body. You have your skeleton. Can you tone your skeleton? Can you tone it? No. Okay. On top of your skeleton, you have muscle. Can you tone your muscle? Hell yeah. Muscle is the only damn thing you can tone. Muscle is the only thing that can grow and shrink. Okay? You can grow and shrink with fat for sure and weigh 400 pounds and be yay wide. Oh, hell yeah. But is it toned? Hell no. Okay? So on top of that, the only thing of those 3 things in your body that you can tone is your muscle. Okay? So, if you have a ton of muscle, okay, but you eat like a power lifter, because power lifters, people, are freaking strong as hell, okay? They go for maximum lifts of 1 rep, okay? Those people, but they don't eat to be lean, because when you're lean, you're not strong, okay? The people that go on stage, the bodybuilders that go on stage at 3% body fat, okay, they can't even lift a damn stick. They're so weak, okay, because you need a certain amount of body fat to be able to do a certain thing, like a certain exercise, okay. For instance, muscle, okay, if you're ripped and lean, if you take a bodybuilder off stage and you tell him to swim 100 meters, okay, he has no fat. He cannot float. If a bodybuilder can swim, you can put the world's best swimmer ever. Like, he can swim like a fish, okay? If you turn him into a bodybuilder and you get him lean and you put him in the water, it doesn't matter how strong he is. He won't have any buoyancy as a bodybuilder, okay? He'll just drown. He won't even make it 10 meters because he'll sink. You need fat to be able to float in water. Fat is something that's why you'll see bodybuilders, like if you look at swimmers, like you get small swimmers, you get bigger swimmers, most of them have a fairly good shoulder definition and arm definition because that's what they use mostly. Their feet and their legs and everything is underwater, okay? So they float. So all the swimmers, you need a certain amount of body fat, okay, to be able to float, to swim. So your activity that you do is going to depict the way you look, okay? So if you're a marathon runner, you cannot expect to look like a bodybuilder. And if you're a bodybuilder, you can't expect to run a marathon, okay? Because here's the thing, every activity you do needs a certain amount needs to get energy from somewhere, okay? You'll see a lot of girls that are runners that have upper body definition, but they have cellulite and fat on their lower bodies. Why? Think about this clearly. Think about this, okay? So, a lot of the girls in the gym that I've seen, in the gyms that come into the gym, okay, they train their upper bodies with weights, okay? And they have lean and ripped upper bodies. And then once they're done training their upper bodies and their abs, okay, then they go run on the goddamn treadmill for half an hour, okay? And then when you talk to them, they'll say, I don't understand it. I train so hard and I eat so well and I just can't get rid of the cellulite. Well, logically, what is it that you do that's making your upper body lean? Have you ever thought about that? Holy shit, I'm doing weights and my upper body is lean. But my lower body doesn't get lean. Am I doing weights with my lower body? No, I'm running. So have you ever thought about the fact that if you switch it and you stop running and you actually do weight training with your lower body, that your lower body will get lean? Ever thought of that? Okay? So people, cellulite, there's no two ways about it. I don't care which doctor tells you what, because most doctors know less about freaking exercise than I know about medicine. Okay? I know more about medicine than they do about exercise, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So if you want to look a certain way, you need to decide, how do I get, what type of person looks like that? Bodybuilders are the only people that don't have cellulite because they are muscular and they are lean. Therefore, they are toned, okay? So if you want to be toned, the only way you're going to get it is to stop freaking running miles, okay? And it's going to be, and you're going to have to eat clean, like the way that I've got all my hundreds of videos up for you guys to teach you how to eat clean, okay? And there's no secrets about it. I told you everything. I didn't hide anything from you. I gave you all the information for free, okay? You eat clean. Then you got to be, because the only way to get lean, to actually get rid of fat, is by eating clean. You can't have a carbohydrate diet and expect to be lean, because the fat that's under your skin is the most difficult fat to get away. And as long as you have carbohydrates in your diet, that fat will be there forever, okay? So, if you're a marathon runner, okay, or a triathlete, or whatever the hell you are, okay, you cannot eat a bodybuilder diet and survive a certain amount of body fat to survive being able to run that marathon or do that triathlon, okay? Bodybuilders don't do that, okay? We build muscle and we eat to burn the fat. So, like in one of my previous videos, I'm going to do the retarded thing. What is making me toned, okay? The fact that I don't have any fat under my skin. That's why you see my muscle. Okay, now you look at, if I decide now, okay, look, I'm going to keep training the way I'm training. That means I'm going to keep the muscle, okay? But I decide I'm going to eat like a pig, okay? And I start eating friggin' cheesecake and chocolate cake and barbecue wings and God knows what else, okay? And I gain 30 pounds of fat, okay? I'm going to walk around my inner body, my muscles over top of my skeleton here, okay, they're going to be exactly the same. So I haven't quit the training. The training I'm doing the exact same, okay? But the crap I ate loaded up the fat layer on top of my muscle. So what happens now? I have my muscle that is now covered with a layer of fat that's this thick, and the skin is now covering what? Fat. It's not covering muscle, it's covering fat, okay? So, and here's the thing. What people don't understand is how come a 12-year-old don't have, a 12-year-old can be fat and not have cellulite, but a 20-year-old can be skinny and have cellulite, okay? Because your body fat, okay, the fact that you're skinny as a rake, I mean, doesn't mean that you're lean. You can be in a size 2 pant or size 3 pant and you can be fat as hell. You can be, you know, you can be looking like a model. Most models, 90% of models are fat. They have a huge high percent of body fat, okay? But they have no muscle, okay? So here's the thing with being toned, okay? You can either be very small, you can be small with hardly any muscle, okay? And you can be, you're not going to be very toned, okay? If you don't have any muscle, there's not much muscle for the skin to cover. And if you diet down and eat clean, and you actually burn all the fat from underneath your skin to cover your muscle, now you have a bunch of loose skin over muscles that are very tiny. So then you kind of look like a dried out sausage, you know, like dried out meat. Like you're wrinkly and tiny, and I don't know if you've ever seen these women in the gym that they kind of look anorexic, and you can see their like rib bones, like their ribs are sticking out and their bones are sticking out, and their what do you call your spine, like you can see the protrusions of the spine and stuff like that, okay? And yet they're not fat, okay? It's because they eat, but they don't eat any carbohydrates, plus they do a calorie deficit kind of thing, so they eat very, very, very little food, okay? So they don't have any skin, any fat underneath their skin, but they don't have muscle either. So you have this sinewy person that looks really old because there's no muscle firmness or tightness, okay? So here's the funny thing. When they don't have the muscle firmness or tightness, they'll actually walk around, and if they flex, okay, you'll see not this. Promise you that. But if they flex, you'll see like a muscly thing, but it's like a tiny little, like a long kind of sausage, like a stringy, long, thin kind of a muscly thing, okay? However, because that muscle has not been trained, it's not firm, so if they move their arm like this muscle will jiggle like that too. You won't have the cellulite dimply thing going on in your ass or anything, but the muscle is so weak and so tiny and underdeveloped and not firm and tight. Your lifestyle and your activity will depict whether you have cellulite or not, okay? If you love your activity enough that you won't give it up, then you have to think about this logically, okay? If what I'm doing is not getting me where I want to be, it's time for me to friggin' change, okay? You can't keep doing the crap you're doing and expecting your body to look different, okay? You will never see a bodybuilder run a bloody marathon because all his muscles will be gone. And he's too heavy. A person with a lot of muscle cannot do endurance training, okay? You're too heavy. People who run and do triathlons and do biking and all of those things, they are fat, okay? They need the fat to be able to survive the exercise that they do, okay? You can't expect a marathoner to look like a bodybuilder. So if that is the activity why I don't do endurance training or something that it caused like World War V, I have a picture on there of a marathon runner and a sprinter, okay? Now sprinters are in the same category as bodybuilders because they do the same kind of training, explosive and short. So it's the fast twitch muscles that they train, okay? And the sprinters people spend more time lifting weights in the gym than they do running on the field. They don't go, they don't do 600 sprints every day, okay? Because first of all, you can't. Your fast twitch muscle fibers, which is the muscle fibers that give shape to your muscle, okay? Those things cannot endure long-term anything. That is a muscle that gets kaput. The stronger you are, the faster you can go, okay? But endurance training is something that, like running and swimming and tennis playing and golf playing and all those kind of activities, okay? Those things are the muscle fibers that work during those types of training is your slow twitch muscle fibers. It's endurance muscle fibers, okay? Endurance muscle fibers, people, don't change the shape of your muscle, okay? So when you do, I'm sweating, when you do endurance training, your muscle don't change, okay? Your slow twitch muscle fibers, which you do during endurance training, is something that, it's a muscle fiber that don't tire. It's something that can go on and on and on, and it grabs energy from your body, supposedly fat, okay? But it can't really grab from your fat, because what do you see endurance athletes do? Gobble, gobble, gobble what? What do they gobble? Proteins? No, they don't. What do they gobble? Gobble, gobble when they run, gobble, gobble when they train, gobble, gobble when they bike. Carbohydrates, people, okay? That's what they need to get the energy to be able to run a mile, bike a mile, pee a mile, all of those things, okay? So you get them drinking these little glucose drinks, okay, gluba, 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 okay? What happens? Your body burns that glucose drink that you drink during your running or your athlete or your energy drink or whatever, okay? What happens? Your body, you get tired, your endurance can't go on anymore, you can't go in and get energy. Will your body then all of a sudden start burning fat? Nope. Because what happens? What happens? You gobble down another glucose drink or a banana or whatever the hell you do, right? As long as you have that in your body, that is what your body will burn. So all of these people that have cellulite, that think they're going to run the cellulite off, good luck, honey. You're going to run until the day you die. And you're going to die and your ass is full of cellulite, your jiggly ass is going to be in your grave, in your tombstone. You're still going to damn jiggle, okay? So listen to me. If you have cellulite and the cellulite bugs you, and you train a certain way and you eat a certain way and it's not working for you, you have two choices. You can either completely switch around and do the one thing that you know is going to get you to look the way you look. You want to look, okay? Like a bodybuilder. If you want to look like a figure athlete, which I am, I'm not a female bodybuilder, I'm a female figure athlete, okay? There's divisions of female weightlifters, okay? You get females that are figure athletes, which is basically a natural bodybuilder, and then you get female bodybuilders that use steroids, and those are the girls that go big, okay? Without steroids, females cannot get big. In fact, you shrink, because you shrink fat and you build muscle, and there's only so much muscle you can build, okay? You can't build anymore. You cannot look like the girls who use steroids, okay? So if you want to look like a figure athlete or a girl that is firm and tight and have no cellulite, The only way you're going to do that running, quit doing what you're doing, switch it around completely, become a bodybuilder and get the body you want. Or the other thing is you can decide that is not worth it. I get my joy out of my running, out of my triathlons, out of my swimming, but then know that you will have cellulite, okay? And you just got to accept it. So you either got to do the sport you do, it's the either or thing. You either keep doing the sport you're doing, okay, and you have cellulite and you just are comfortable with it. Everybody, most people, 99% of the female population has cellulite. So how about that? You won't be the only one. You might not like it tan. You will see less of it, okay? There's a tip for you. If you tan cellulite looks much better than white cellulite, okay? If you think you're going to go cancer, then just have white cellulite. I don't care. It's your problem. Because you cannot run a marathon on low body fat. You'll pass out the first 100 meters. You'll die. You take a bodybuilder and you tell him to run a kilometer or friggin' run a mile, he'll be dead. He's too heavy. There's no fat that can give him energy. I mean, you're going to show... do you have any clue, with that amount of muscle, how many of those little fructose things he's got to gollop down to just get him to walk 10 meters? Because the more muscle you have, the faster you burn fat. I'm going to have to do another video. If you want me to do another video on cellulite, I will continue. Otherwise, I think I've said what I've said, and I hope you guys have a great day. Happy cellulite! Bye.